Hello and welcome to the WNYG podcast. We have everyone here today. I'll let them introduce themselves and just what they have going on this summer.
Hey, I'm Kate. This summer I think I'm going to be working. I'm going to camp a couple times. I'm going to Lollapalooza with all my friends for her birthday, which will be fun. And yeah, just enjoying not being an adult yet.
Hi, I'm Anna. I have work this summer and I will be doing a lot of musical stuff. I got into All-State for band, so I'll be gone for a week for that. And I'm also just doing a ton of like musical things because I'm really busy with that. And I'm taking voice lessons too, so I'll be doing that. Yeah, I just started voice lessons.
Hi, I'm Ella. This summer, I'm also going up to camp a few times. I'm working a lot, getting ready for college, and just spending like a lot of time with friends and family, hopefully outside and on the lake. Just getting all the last moments before college.
Hi, I'm Lily. I will also be going to camp and working as well. And writing my college essay.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'll also be going to camp and working. Probably go up to my cabin a little bit and just hang out before I go to college.
Those all sound like good plans. It's like we're all on the same basis. I'm not taking singing lessons this summer. I was going to try to squeeze it in because I got told by Pastor Matthew that it would be a good idea if I learned some sort of musical skill for ministry. But
I'll teach you.
I would appreciate that.
Do you know how to play trumpet? I'll teach you.
You live piano.
No, that was on my list.
It's a timeless skill.
Can you sing a scale? I want to see what voice range you're in.
I don't know. What does that mean?
Go.
Oh, that's it. It's like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Okay.
I did it.
Do a low note. Do a low note.
Do.
Okay. Got it.
Oh, you think go well.
She's got it.
Assessment.
Yeah.
Assessment done.
But this summer I'll be up at camp. Hopefully I'll be able to visit my wife's family cabin, just hanging out with all of you guys. And we have do a couple summer events too. Campfires here if you're around here for the summer for youth group. And none of you are on the mission trip, but I'll be taking a bunch of kids out to Idaho for the mission trip. But it'll be a good time. Yeah. Shout out potatoes. Shout out potatoes.
What's your favorite way to have a potato?
Such a good question.
What is ever? Yeah.
Yeah, I like waffle fries. If anyone's ever been to Snuffy's, they have a really good sauce that I like their waffle fries with. It's awesome. Highly recommend.
Shout out Snuffies.
Shout out Snuffy's.
Okay, let's see. I do love a good waffle fry. I know what fries you're talking about, Kate. Those are bomb.com. I don't know. I really love anything potatoes. Oh, I love like Parmesan, like potato, like little potatoes, and you cut in half, and then you put like Parmesan, and you like roast them, and it gets all cheesy and stuff. Yeah, I really like that, but I also really like fries. Girl shoestring fries. Okay,
Oh.
controversial take.
Oh yeah, it's kind of not a fan.
Well, I think they're light enough, and you can eat a ton.
Really, I'm just bad. I see your perspective, but I don't agree with it.
Well, yeah, a lot of people don't like it, but they're tinier, so I can take bigger amounts, and I don't know. I'm sorry.
That makes sense. That I get that.
Yeah.
Cane sauce with fries. Oh, Cane's fries are mid.
They're mid with the
They're
sauce.
soggy.
Okay. I also like fries and like hash browns. Like especially the Chick-fil-A ones. They're like only on a breakfast like meal, but like they're so good.
I like the McDonald's hash browns.
Thank you.
No, those best hash browns are the ones that are like shredded and like you get them like when you go get brunch and stuff.
Yeah, those hash browns are so good. But instead of hash browns, I was like, yes. And then the like McDonald's ones, which I can't do those ones.
The McDonald's,
Those
they
are
give me acid reflux.
They're so
But
greasy.
some days, yeah, they're good.
That's why I like the Chick-fil-A. I dream about the McDonald's hash browns.
Yeah.
I love all potatoes. Potatoes in any form are great. I love French fries. I will say steak fries, not my thing. I don't like
get
steak
that.
French fries.
What are those ones?
They're like the thick
Like red
cut French.
Oh, I like those.
That's too much potato. I don't like it.
See, I don't like fries that don't have enough potato.
Oh, I'm the opposite.
Like, I don't like it to just be fried. I like
a good like a good combination of like, you know what I
I
mean?
get you. I get you. Good ratio.
Breaded French fries, if they're done right, they're done so good. There's this restaurant in North Dakota. If you ever go, it's called Unicorn Park. It's actually in like a brewery hall.
Oh.
But it's so good. They have such good. Really? It's so good. They have such good breaded French fries, and they have like truffle fries. A truffle fry, so good. I love. Okay, also hot take: sweet potato fries.
No.
I love
No.
Okay, they can be soggy, but if they're crispy,
You
they're
guys,
fine.
potato fries with a little rosemary and some Parmesan.
Okay, now you're getting fancy.
These school started a ban against sweet potato fries.
High school revolt. That's when you know they're not. That's controversial.
Wait, they're at your
used to be used, and so many petitions. It had like 300 people sign it.
Signing it, and you walk around school with a huge
Yeah.
sign that says "ban sweet potato fries," and people sign it.
Okay, I have a
And then finally, the people like noticed, and they made a whole survey about like new lunch options because of how bad it was. People, but they would get wasted. Like the amount of fries that got thrown away every day because people didn't like them.
Was it just there's no other option?
On certain days, they only had sweet potato fries. So
Something
people
like
would
that.
throw them out. So yeah, people threw them out, and they were wasting so much food.
What's happening at your schools? Our lunches are great.
Our lunches are
You're spending money.
potato fries. Everything else is good.
Okay, I have a really controversial take, and some people might get really mad at me. I hate mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
You have to do them right. I like mashed potatoes, but I understand that because I'm weird with textures. And for some reason, that's not
Half the texture. Okay,
I like that more than
I like them for holidays. I'm
No,
not gonna just go out and have mashed potatoes,
Okay.
but if they're there for Easter, if they're there for Christmas, they're there for Thanksgiving, I'm gonna have a lot of mashed potatoes.
potatoes
is our school will have like we'll do chicken tenders for lunch, but then it's like mashed potatoes and gravy on the side. And I don't understand that.
do that with like
what's
little
happening?
chicken balls. Chicken balls. No, not chicken balls, but like
Chicken
chicken nuggets that are in like balls.
Like chicken tenders. They used to do
Popcorn chicken.
Popcorn chicken. Sorry.
school. It was chicken tenders with mashed potatoes and gravy, and then like broccoli.
I'm sorry, but potatoes and gravy make me want to vomit. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
and that's okay. You were valid in
Also,
that.
Don't eat gravy if it's been sitting out for too long. There's too many
Bro,
people
I
and
cannot
illnesses.
texture.
Listen, my sister talked about this.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I
Don't
just
eat gravy from a
Wait,
buffet.
Lauren, did you share what your favorite form is?
Oh, I'm
What
sorry.
you just said you
sorry, Lorian.
My favorite way is twice baked.
oh,
Oh, with a little bit of cheese on top. That's the best.
Do you guys like the double fried fries?
that's
Where
if my wife was here, that's what she would say is the double fried fries.
if you go to
Like they're extra crispy.
Yeah.
if you go to Gold Nugget,
Yeah, gold nuggets. I was just about to say gold,
Gold
nugget.
Nugget. Okay, but I will say they like change their fries every single week. Like every time I go
Yeah.
there, I'm like, okay, these are not double fried, and then sometimes they're like, okay, this is double fried. So basically, it's like a fry, and then they fry it twice.
Fire.
Fried pickles are
Fried pickles are so good. Oh my god.
I've never had a
I
fried pickle.
love.
fried pickle.
Excuse me.
I've never had a
Oh,
fried pickle before,
wait.
but I love it.
Hold on, I just got asked this. A spear fried pickle or in the chips?
Spear.
Yes.
Spear, chips, both.
I've never
Still needs to try.
but I love speared pickles. Like
If you like
sweet,
pickles,
spicy ones.
I think you're guaranteed to like.
The
Well,
spear,
fried.
no, the spear, like when you bite it, the whole thing like comes off.
Yeah,
It's good.
Getting it wrong.
It's good, but it like
Little stick there.
Bro, the last time I went
Whoa.
to the state fair,
Podcast takes a state fair.
Last time I was at the state fair was with Aiden
There's
Altman,
just
and it was
so much
raining.
money.
but
That's
listen,
true.
State fair, so I don't get. They don't pay for it for me. So last time I went, I was like, it hurt my.
State fair makes me
Oh, you just said
claustrophobic,
that.
and last time I went was in like it was really rainy and it was cold, and I went with Aiden Altman before and like
Shout
Joy
out
Altman
Aiden.
and Joy Altman.
has a bench.
I know, and we saw it. We saw
Joy
Joy Altman bench.
share. It was beautiful. Nice pond.
No, but this was like
Awesome.
3 years ago or something, and it was raining, and she was just like, "Okay, you and Aiden go off." And it was like, I think it was like a preview of the fair or something, and there's not a lot of people, but it was cold, and we got a big thing of buckets and no, a big thing of like the big bucket of fries at the fry thing. And I remember this distinctly because we sat there in silence while Mambo #5 was playing from the fries. And we were just eating a really big bucket of fries. And then we were gonna get Sweet Martha's, but then the line was way too long, so we went to Kowalski's and Chanhassen/Eden Prairie. And yeah, we got Sweet Martha's, and
They have Sweet Martha's at Kowalski?
yes, they have prepackaged bake at home Sweet Martha's cookie jar.
It's at Aldi's as well, did you say? Yeah.
It's been there for a while.
Low key think Sweet Martha's cookies are overhyped. I gotta say, but I also
You gotta have
don't.
cold milk.
I don't like milk either, though. Like it's just not my thing. Like on a hot day, the last thing that I want is a warm, sweet cookie.
And that's
It's like
You're gonna get it at the end of your trip, bring it
Yes.
home in the bucket, then eat it.
And always gets a big bucket because then I'll overfill
just
it.
can't do it, guys.
I'll never
never
get the
actually-
cup.
They put like 2.5 trays of cookies in those buckets.
As they should.
Like I've seen
Keep up the good
videos
work.
there.
They need a raise.
I would literally eat like 3 trays.
I
know.
I'd be so tired how size I am.
Like, nope.
I feel like if I worked anywhere at the state fair, I'd like eat too much.
I honestly, okay, I'd go to the state fair again. My mom's side of the family are like hardcore state fair people, but we stopped going because I got lactose intolerance.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, I don't really think I have it anymore.
Oh.
Like
She outgrew it. She outgrew it.
crazy.
This is crazy.
That's a flex right there.
I know you. It is.
My mom would kill for that. Shout out Becky.
But
Love
actually,
her.
I'm pretty sure I outgrew it, so I kind of want to go back.
Hey, let's go
With
to
my
the
mom. Okay, hold on. This is a really crazy story.
guys. Hold on.
Anyone who knows Marjorie Johnson, I don't think no one knows Marjorie Johnson. Okay, she is 105 years old, still alive.
Wow.
105. She is a baker and a cooker, and she has won the blue ribbons that they give out at the state fair. She has over 1,000, and from the state fair.
Wait, what?
Is this the girl who made Martha?
No,
Who made Martha?
Marjorie Johnson. No, she like enters in the competitions and has won over. She's won 1,000 blue ribbons from the state fair and over 2,500. Okay, the only reason I'm talking about this is because I researched it
How
yesterday.
many does she win in a year? That's crazy.
I don't know, but
Okay,
she
good.
can't compete anymore.
But
She
that thing-
can't compete anymore because she's won too many ribbons and it's not fair for other
That's
people.
so funny.
She's 105. My mom met her.
That's so Minnesota.
Yeah.
If you've gotten too good, it's not fair for other people. You can't do it anymore.
She's still like walking around. She was on Care 11. She's been on so many shows. She had like a thing with like I think the NBA at one point. Help me. Like
How does that? How does the NBA have to do with she bakes goods?
she sings for them. She baked things. It's so
That-
she seems my mom met her and she's amazing. Shout out Marjorie Johnson.
Shout out.
Wait, speaking
Yeah.
of Minnesota, I just need to say something real quick. I hate tater tot hot dish.
Ooh.
Oh,
I I think we move on from there. I think I can't handle that conversation.
I'm sorry.
We can all take our hot takes later, but let's get into our focus of this podcast, and it's devotionals. And we won't lie to the listener. This is our second take because I did something wrong in the first take, so it's been a little rough. But I'm going to start with a different question because I want us thinking. But when you are thinking about creating a devotional, when you think about what people you would like for people to hear in a devotional, whether you've been a counselor or you haven't been a counselor, it doesn't matter. What do you think are the things that people need to hear in devotionals?
I think like it doesn't have to be your story, but like some kind of story, or else I think it's hard for kids to like relate or want to talk about theirs. So I think like if you go first and say like this is kind of what I struggle with, like da 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 da, then they feel more comfortable like sharing what they feel.
Yeah.
Adding on to that, I think like the way that Lauren and I, this is like kind of trailing away, but like the way that we've done it before when we counsel together is like the first night is normally like a lighter topic, and then as we get to know each other better, then we go into like topics where like we'll share, and like I feel like that's also beneficial because then like when you're more comfortable with the people you're with, like, you're more likely to share and more likely to, like, open up. So I think, like, that aspect of it is important, like, making sure that everyone is, like, comfortable with each other and, like, willing to share. Because especially for, like, middle school, elementary schoolers, even high schoolers, people can sometimes be, like, afraid to share if they, like, don't feel comfortable. So I
Yeah.
think that's important too.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kate.
I think I agree vulnerability is really important. For me specifically, I feel like whenever I'm writing devos, I always I always make a point to like have something in there about like you are loved, God loves you, Jesus loves you, like no matter what, there's nothing you can do to separate yourself from the love of God. Like because for me that's like my most like that's what would you call that? Like that's my core belief, like
Yeah.
what my faith stands on the most is
Yeah.
love everybody, love your neighbor. Like I feel like I try to focus everything around that just because so many issues with like people and with yourself can come from like a lack of love and a lack of forgiveness and understanding. And so I think having all my devos be like somehow tied to that or I can weave that in some way, I think is really important.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah.
I mean, I've
Yeah.
never been a counselor before, so I've never had to write a Devo. But
But would
if
you like
if
to?
I if I did one, um, I'd probably try and relate it to like my own experiences and kind of relate it to like what the age group is kind of going through as well. So like if I was doing like an elementary one, I wouldn't be like like your world's not ending because blah blah blah, you know. And I'd probably like definitely like kind of relate things like I know like everything relates back to God and stuff, but really kind of push it that like you're not alone or something. Like if I'm talking about like mental health, it's like you're not alone in this. But obviously you can talk to people, but you can also like pray and maybe like hopefully good things will come your way. So
Yeah. Yeah. No. Um, Here's what, and this is outside of box thinking. I think a lot of us are used to, you're working with kids. What do kids need to hear? What do adults need to hear about God? If you were creating a devotional, maybe someone's listening to this and go, I want to get into devotionals. I want to start doing devos more often. And I say this because I got this idea for this topic of this podcast is from my mom. Because my mom was like, well, like I take the little like packets, I do the packets. I knew I needed a devotional in my life, but sometimes I would like to be able to do a devotional with somebody. And she was just thinking of ways that she could do devotionals with other people. So if you were designing a devotional think of like your parent or an adult and a loved one, what kind of topic would you pick? Yeah, go ahead, Lily.
I think I would talk about like how faith looks different for everybody.
Mm,
And like faith is gonna look different from when they were like in kindergarten going to church or if they were going to church at that point. Like it's gonna look different from when they were in middle school or high school or whatever. Um, because life happens and sometimes you run out of time to do something or it doesn't feel like you have enough time to do something. I think I would just I would focus around that and like talk about how it looks different for everybody because certain things like you've talked about how like praying works for your brother,
mm,
but it's like praying works for you, but like it's just not
yeah,
something that like is how you get closer to God.
yeah,
And so I think having conversations and being able to figure out like what does work, what is the ways that people can get closer to God with where they're at in their life.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't necessarily have a specific topic. I liked that, Lily, by the way.
yeah.
But I think for my mom will talk about like books she reads or conversations she has with her friends or comedians she listens to, like whatever, like
Mhm.
podcasts, anything media that she consumes. And the people that she highlights and like sends stuff to me about or anything like that, I kind of gotten the theme of like people she like her and her friends and like just adults that I've talked to, like when people keep it like real, they keep it realistic. And because ultimately, like, life is hard. Everyone has struggles, everyone is dealing with something, and that's all valid and fair, and, like, I think if I were to create, like, some sort of devotional or something for adults, it would be I would make sure to have a focus on, like, making sure it's realistic and it's meeting people where they're at and it's validating every struggle and there's no, like, I don't know, like, competition of, like, who's suffering the most and all this stuff. It's just, like, everyone like, support for
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Anyone else? Yeah, Lauren.
I would really do like mental health
Mm,
just because I feel like in their amongst like their generation, I don't really know like
yeah.
like adult is like a lot of people, but I feel like it's just now becoming more like talked about and popular. And I think I'm not an adult yet, but I definitely feel like sometimes I'm going down the spiral with like the amount of things that are in my life, and I know it just gets more and more as you get older. So I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes it's really grounding to just kind of like talk about what you're going through or like just focus on the little things.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Anna, do you have any?
Um, I'd probably relate it maybe because like this is just like in I don't know, but maybe like once you get older, you might think like I don't know, but I would probably do like that like like your life's not older. No, I mean you're not your life's not over because you're getting older and like God still loves you even though like you might be at an older age or you might not believe in the same things anymore and maybe how you can grow and like I don't know, maybe like if there I don't know, kind of something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Um, do you guys think what would be an argument for if you wanted to encourage adults or anyone at our church to do devotionals? Why would you say it's like, oh, like, you should come on Sundays and you should try a devotional? Because I think a lot of us here do connect with devotionals a little bit more than maybe the Sunday sermons every now and then. But what is it about a devotional you think that people should give a try? Why do you think they should give devotionals a try?
I think they're devotionals in general, I feel like they're a lot more personal. And like while sermons are good, I think that being able to listen to a sermon and then take pieces out that really like you connect with and then exploring that even more is a like is helpful to then understand smaller aspects of the bigger picture, which then can help grow your faith but also challenge it if um like something is needed. I don't know what I'm saying here. But like yeah.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Kate?
Lily touched on this a little bit, but I feel like, yeah, like devotionals are something that you can really tailor to your own personal experience. And so an argument for like trying devotionals would be like a way to incorporate your faith in your life that's more than just like a habitual, like go to church every Sunday. Because there's a lot of people that I know that go to church every Sunday and don't believe in God at all.
Mhm.
So truthfully, like I think like being active in your faith is can well obviously church can be very important to a lot of people and a lot of people do go to church and sit and really are in it and will reflect on themselves and their life and their faith while listening to a sermon or singing worship songs or whatever, but I think doing a devotional is a way that everyone can like do a small thing every day every week or whatever to really like immerse yourself in your faith and focus on it and kind of like refamiliarize yourself with your faith.
Yeah. Yeah. Ella?
I would say, like, also, I think adding on to the personal part, like, sometimes for me, at least, it can help me, like, reflect on things that, like, I wouldn't have even thought about to, like, reflect on, if that makes sense. Like, sometimes, especially, like, hearing someone else do a devotion, it's like, "Oh, I never, like, thought about that," or, like, "I never thought about reflecting on that," or, like, I think it's just, like, more reflective in general. Like, it's easier to connect it and yeah, I just, like, have discovered a lot of things that I, like, probably wouldn't have just from, like, a sermon.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone
I
else? Yeah. Yeah.
I find it like because some people like for me personally like I can really like enjoy sermon and stuff, but it might not I might not be able to relate to it or anything. But I think with Devos, it's more on like a personal level with God, and you can be more vulnerable. And I think it can show a new perspective that you don't know. Like you could be like kind of what Kate was saying, like you can go to church every week and not really have that big of a belief in God. But I feel like devos and sermons are two very different things as well.
Yeah.
So like maybe if you don't find sermons like your thing, you can like go to a devo and see if like a smaller one-on-one conversation is like better for you or um better for you or like your thing. So
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's very interesting too. We talk a lot about in youth group, like what works for you in your faith? What helps you feel closer to God? If I said that right now, like and this is especially for, I'm gonna let the seniors answer first, and I want the juniors to come in. But what is it, do you think, going to college? How can you help yourself feel a little closer to God? Because you can't take youth group and you can't take camp, you can't take St. Andrew's with you. So, oh, sorry, St. Andrew. I always add an S at the end of it. But what is something that you think you will do a little more often to make yourself feel a little closer to God?
Um, excuse me. I think I know that there's a few faith groups at Vermont that I am going to make an effort to like try out and really like see if they fit because that's like something that I want to prioritize and start early with prioritizing in my adult life. You know, like starting to make my own choices, and I want that to be an immediate priority. And I think also music and singing is really important to me. It's a huge chunk of my life, and so I'm gonna try to like join like a band or a choir or something just to like keep that part of my like self in my life because I also am super like I don't know faithful in
Yeah.
through music.
Hmm, nice.
I would say also like trying to explore like some groups or even if like none of those are a great fit, just finding like other people that believe the same things as me and like whether that's just like a coffee once a month to like talk or like a Bible study. Like some it doesn't have to be something like huge for me. I think like yeah. And then yeah, just being around people that like think the same things. I think that's like one of the things that I like love so much about youth group. Is just like being surrounded by like people that believe the same. So I think finding people like that is one of my goals and also just like continuing to like look for God like in my life, like just seeing like the small things and like the signs and all the things that like I do right now, just like continuing to like intentionally do that in college.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really similar to Kate. I would say I feel like I worship best in community. So I was like I'll try and find like a group. Creighton's Jesuit, so like I think it'll be a little more interesting for me to find that. Like something so similar to here. And I'll probably try and go to like a few services. I know there's like a church actually on the campus that I think they do services in.
Mm,
But we'll see.
yeah. Right. And now for our juniors, I want you kind of thinking about what is it left with only, a whole year left, and then you're going to be joining college like the rest of them here. What is it? Do you have any faith goals for yourself? Anything that you want to set up for yourself as a kind of a last thing that you want to do here at St. Andrew yourself?
Like next year.
Yeah, next year. Yeah.
like what do you mean by faith goals? Like something you're doing around like the church or
No, it doesn't even, no, I'm not even thinking like at the church, but like, so like when I think of faith goals, I think of like, I'm gonna pray, once a week, or I'm gonna make sure that when I'm driving to school, I'm gonna play, the loudest and the best Christian gospel music, and I'm gonna sing to it. So do you have anything like that you think you would add to your routine to kind of give yourself a little bit of a goal? Or maybe your goal is to teach and connect with more people about your own faith and
well,
share.
definitely for me, probably trying to write more. maybe like start a journal or something.
Yeah.
And sorry, Lily. And maybe try and get more involved with the music scene here at church because I really enjoy singing and I do wiggle and worship. But I don't know, I think it might be fun because I find worshiping for me, writing and singing, I find to be like the closest with God. So I don't know. I think it might be fun. Like I don't know. I might ask Tim if I could, do like the like I don't know. Probably not the 10:30 worship people, but because I'm more than 9:30 people. No shade, but I do want to do maybe like do trumpet or maybe sing like with Eliana or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I do have a question of what she said.
Okay.
How would you plug Wiggle and Worship? We're getting a little. This is
Plug?
yeah, like why would if you were a person listening to this, it's like why is St. Andrew Wiggle and Worship?
Okay.
Yeah, if you were hypothetically listening.
Hypothetically, if you got pulled over by a car. No. Oh my God. I mean, cop car. No. Let's say like you don't really go to church a lot, or you do go to church and it's the Easter or it's the Christmas season and you got loud, noisy kids and don't that cannot sit through Sunday school. Well, they could probably go to Sunday school, but mainly like the main services and you need a break. Come on over to Wiggle and Worship. Basically it's just a a worship band with like Pastor Matthew who usually plays the banjo and like Shauna and Arlene and Caleb was Jesus once, but
He could make a reappearance.
yeah, Jesus could come back out of that tomb. And
Don't know. We don't know.
and yeah, we do like songs and there's like a little skit that you always do, but they always relate it back to God and it's like 30 minutes. So it's like you could probably like have one of you guys go to like the main service and then we're gonna worship, I think. So I mean I mean I wouldn't say yeah, I like it. I like doing it, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That's
epic.
that's a good plug. That's a good plug.
Come to Wiggle and Worship twice a year. Boop, boop. I know.
Lily, when I said faith goal, did anything pop in your head?
Okay, well, Anna stole mine.
Sorry.
First off, I want to say
Whatever.
writing is one of the ways that I get a lot closer to God, and I think it also just really helps me kind of like think through all the thoughts that are racing through my mind every single second of the day. And earlier this year, I got in the good routine of doing it, and then life happens, to say the least.
Yeah.
And I've tried to get back into it, but it's hard. But I think I also want to like start going to church on Sundays a little bit more, even if I go by myself, because I don't know, there's something kind of like peaceful about going to church by yourself because you get to sit wherever you want, which my favorite spot is in the back, the last row closest to the aisle, like the last row closest to the aisle in the middle. I love that spot on the left. It's the best spot in my opinion.
Just in case you gotta run.
Well, but you can see everything too. I love that you can see everything because you can like see the windows and you can see the like cross and you can see the altar and you can see all the people and it's good people watching too.
Yeah, my
I was
family
just
has
gonna say
a designated spot.
Yes, I love that spot, but I kind of want to just like I don't know. I want to commit to going a little bit more like to the services because I volunteered at Sunday school a little bit, but it's just there's something about I feel like going to a church service, like even if it's by yourself, and just like sitting there and listening, like and just being in the sanctuary. Because I feel like for me, the sanctuary is a very peaceful place, especially when there's no one in there. I I I work here, and so sometimes I take the kids on walks when they're going a little crazy, and I always bring them in the sanctuary. And it's just kind of like I don't know, they're like so excited to be in there because they're going on a walk and they get to do what they want. But for me, it's just like it's just so peaceful and like hearing the water in there and like it's like dim and like the light is just I don't know. It's just something about it is just like so peaceful. And so I think I just want to commit to being in there more often when other people are in there also.
I'll go with you, Lily.
Yes.
Because I do also want to like start going to church more because I haven't been going to church a lot this year. Because I've been so busy. Like I used to like go to WNYG every single week, and I've been like 2 times this year technically. Not even like 2.5. But yeah. So and like usually we used to go like every Sunday, but like my sister works here, so sometimes we go. But I'd like to get back into the routine because I remember like I've gone basically like every Sunday until like this year basically. And I mean, like I remember like just waking up and being like, I'm not going to church when I was younger. But I did enjoy it when I went. Do you remember Faith Rocks?
Yeah, I think
Faith Rocks was epic. Arlene, please bring that.
Parents still remember the songs. They were like singing them.
my
the other day.
God.
I was like,
I remember Lily, me and you and Aiden and my sister would sit under the table.
Yes, we sat
With Carson.
We were the most
Shout out
unsocial
Carson.
group of kids at that thing, though.
We were
I'm-
super social with each other, so that's good.
Very social with each other, but we sat under the tables and we did not talk to anybody else.
So was us in Bible last
And
too.
we hated when they would like separate us into other groups. We were so mad. But we loved it when we were able to stay together.
Arlene, if you're doing Faith Rocks again, I'll sing at Faith Rocks. I'll do that.
I'll tell her that because she's definitely thinking about it.
Okay. Sorry, a little side rant.
Go ahead.
But I feel like I had the most fun in Sunday school when we did Faith Rocks, and I don't know, ever since we haven't done it, I've been like, why would you want to go to Sunday school without Faith Rocks? Like, I don't know. That's just me though, because I grew up on that. But it's fun because then the kids get all their energy out. Kind of.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kate.
I just need to say a thing that was sparked by Anna's little blurb there. But
Sorry.
it's a positive thing. A positive thing.
okay.
This is about talking. But this is something that I never say in ever because it's so like teacher's pet. Like my mom's a teacher core. Like I'm embarrassed. But like I really, really love it in classes and in like church set anywhere when it's like a huge group and it's like pair off with someone that you don't know or like we're going to be assigned a group and you're intended to not know anybody. I love it when that happens because I feel like you get to like talk to so many new people and learn new things and make connections with people that you've never met or don't normally talk to. And I feel like there's so many times, like in school especially, when it's like, okay, talk to someone you don't know. And then like my friend turns to me and it's like, I love you and I want to talk to you all the time. But we're not serving the purpose of what this activity is supposed to be. We're supposed to be talking to someone new or getting a new perspective. If you talk to the same people all the time, you're not growing as a person and you're not like building your network and you're not like, I don't know, gaining social skills. And I really like talking to people and making new friends. And so I think that's just my own personal thing. Like, I think that those are super effective activities. And when people don't do it, then it makes me sad.
Yeah, right.
My mini rant.
Anna does have to go, but before Anna goes, and I want to ask this question will go to everyone. What is something this year that you learned about God, or something you maybe not this year, but just growing up here at St. Andrew that you learned about God?
I mean, it's kind of tricky for me to say this year because I've been so busy, but probably just growing up doing like the love your neighbor slogan that we used to do a lot, and also maybe like that he doesn't really leave. He's kind of always like watching you, and like I kind of like related to that last year when like my great grandma died. Like kind of like I don't know, probably like this year like my grandma loved cardinals and stuff. So now and then recently we had like a cardinal family come in and they like live at our house now. And I remember this when like they had like scary storms are coming and then nothing happened. I like the cardinal like came out, like the mom cardinal came out and was like, Granny, hi, Granny, and like she flew over to me. So I believe God's real because of that. So
It's awesome. Yeah, thank you for sharing.
yeah.
But who else wants to take it?
Okay, I have to go. Bye.
Bye, Anna.
Yeah. what is something this year or, growing up here at St. Andrew that you've learned about God?
I would okay, kind of like I think this is what Anna said, but like the love thy neighbor or something. Just because I feel like here I've been in like it's always like with other people. I feel like I started out in Starlight Singers. I think that's what it's called. It's not
Starlight. No, it's Starlight. No,
It's Sunshine. Sunshine.
I don't. But that's like 4th grade.
I ended
Like
at
the
Starlight.
little.
Right.
I did all of them. I did all of them.
What was the other one? Fuse.
Bible Black.
Or Bible
It was like 56 or something like that. What was that called?
Zone.
Oh, I
It's
remember
like in
that.
the room upstairs, and there was like zone, and then whatever the room number is.
Oh, I remember
Or-
that.
Yeah, you remember
Like,
this? Yeah, thank you. Okay,
Mm.
awesome.
There was always like a lesson with all of those
66
things
was
of like just loving the people around you. And I feel like, oh,
Anybody else? What have you learned about God?
I would just say, like, especially this year, I've kind of talked about this, but just like the way that God like brings people together, like especially seeing like the group for youth group grow so much. I think it just like says a lot about like yeah, the way that people come together and like the community that like we can have one when people are all like or like when people want to make that a part of their life. So I don't know. I think that's been like especially emphasized this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Kate.
I think I talked about this in I've talked about this in a couple talks, but especially this winter we had our counselor retreat. I talked about this a little bit, but growing up, I have like felt like whenever we would talk, I would talk about faith, or anyone would talk about faith, it seemed like this individual thing that was my responsibility that I had to figure out on my own. And then the past couple of years, especially, I've really, with such a great community at St. Andrews, and with I had a yes too, St. Andrew,
Yeah.
and with
Happens.
youth group and with camp and just like me maturing and really making my faith a priority, I've learned that your faith is an individual journey. And I stress that a lot to when I talk to people, because I think when you view your faith as something that is something that you're going through by yourself, that you can seek no support, you can't ask questions or anything like that, I think it becomes really isolating, and there's a lot less, I don't want to say incentive to participate, but like just like a lot less like, I don't know, meaning in it. And
Yeah.
I think, yeah, when you have a community, or when you seek a community or try to create a community that is surrounded by faith and has its core at the Bible and um, God's love, I think it makes your faith so much more meaningful and so much more sustainable.
Yeah. Ah.
I think for me, especially this year, I've like realized, not necessarily learned, but I think I've realized that like there are always going to be people there for you no matter what. And like even if it's just like someone making you laugh or someone making you smile or something, like earlier this year when my dog died, like I always had people that were automatically there and like ready to just listen and talk things through. And recently my grandma's been having a little bit of health issues, but she's doing good now. But one of my friends like randomly I'll literally just say something and she'll automatically be there to like listen, and just like then 2 minutes later we'll be laughing about the most random thing ever. But I think that's just kind of I think that's the biggest thing that I've really realized this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And so now I want you to think, this is kind of the last question of our podcast, but what has God taught you just about yourself? Not just what you've learned about God. What has He taught? What has He taught you about yourself? Recently. Yeah, Lauren.
I think I'm actually doing my youth group talk on this, but like I feel like a lot of people say like, oh, like just like be yourself, blah 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 blah, but or like he made you like how you're supposed to be. I don't know. I feel like throughout my high school career, I feel like I've lent into that a little more. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I love that. Anybody else? What are you thinking?
I don't know how to develop this,
Sorry,
Like-
this is podcast 4. We'll develop together.
You asked the question, the first thing that came to mind is like there's strength and weakness.
Mm.
Like being able to tap into your vulnerability, your flaws, and your shortcomings, I think was something I was never really okay with. I've always strived for like perfection, trying to be my best self, all these things. And
Yeah.
while I still try to improve myself and be the best version of myself, I think being able to acknowledge your weaknesses and areas where you're not as strong and or confident, I think both like I don't know where I'm going with this honestly, but like that. Yep, there I'm gonna stop talking.
Yeah. No, I think I'm with you on that. Anybody else?
Mine is like kind of similar to Kate's. I think just like finding comfort in like your failures or like hard times, like knowing that God is always there and like maybe this isn't something that I've like learned about I mean,
Mhm.
kind of, but
Yeah.
just like the support that's like there even if you don't notice. Like I think I've realized more.
Mhm.
Again, I'm just realizing this isn't about myself, but like
It
just
is.
realizing
Yeah.
like that the people that are like there and like yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I'm gonna say.
That is about you. You know, I get that. That is about yourself. Ooh.
I think that sorry, I don't know how to phrase this.
It's all right. We'll develop it together.
But like people are ever changing and like
Mm.
your personality is going to change, the people who you associate with are going to change, like everything is going to change at some point, but like you're like who you are at like the core like of like I think of like me as a little kid like running around the playground, but like that will most of the time stay the same. Like you'll go back to like tendency. This is okay, this is getting a little off, but this is like a psychological thing
Mhm.
that you go back to how you were raised as a kid, like into like in certain situations, like in a stressful situation, like really stressful, you go back to like automatically. That's just like how your brain works.
Mhm.
Literally put that as my answer because that's like, please, you explained it like 1,000 times better than whatever I just said.
But like I don't know, I think that's cool to think about, but it's like base level things are always changing, or like not base level, like
Surface level.
surface level. There we go. Surface level things are always changing. And like I was saying, like the people who you surround yourself with, like sometimes it changes, sometimes it doesn't. Like I have friends like Anna. I've known her for years, like probably over 11 years.
Mhm.
So like I've known her for more of my life than I haven't, which
Mhm.
is like kind of crazy to think about. But like
Yeah.
then there's like other people who I've only known for like a year or half a year or things like that. And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of crazy to think about, but I think that's just like, I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting. Yeah. Go ahead, Kate.
I just wanted to say I think this doesn't really relate to the question anymore, but
It doesn't
I just
matter.
think in the past year I've kind of really been reminding myself like it's okay to change too. Like it's honestly encouraged. And I think going to the same school district and being with the same people since you're like 5 or like 5 to like 18 is really is really it can sometimes feel like you're put in this box, like these preconceived notions of you, like these people that have known you for so long, and their perception of you doesn't change even if you're changing. So then all of a sudden I've experienced this a lot. Like you're hanging out with someone you haven't before, or you're doing a different activity, or you're um like like behaving in a different way because like of a conscious choice, and then someone like a friend or something says like, oh, like that doesn't seem like you. Oh, like you've never done that before. Like whatever. And it's like I feel like being at such a mm, like meaningful and very I don't know, it's a huge change is about to happen for so many of us.
Yeah.
And I feel like knowing that it's okay to change, that being like growing as a person is encouraged.
Mhm.
And so for me at least, when I feel like, oh, this isn't me, like I have to try to challenge that and be like, maybe it is me. Like I don't know, maybe this is a new me, that kind of thing. Like I think I've tried to contain myself within the confines of like how I am known, and I've tried to become what I want to be rather than like who I was and who I am.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Lily.
I know. But this quote, I don't know if this is actually a quote or more of a saying, but like sometimes people know you until they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've also learned that a lot this year that like yes, there's like it does sometimes you're saying about like the box, like but sometimes the people that are in that box know you until you change and you're ready to break out of that box and then they don't.
Yeah.
And I think there was this quote or this Instagram reel. It was an
I
inspiration.
read somewhere on TikTok,
Somewhere across the web.
in the newspaper.
But there was this video and it was talking about like the concept of like your life is like a painting and like how like paintings like sometimes change through the process of them happening and how like your life currently is what is in the painting. And it didn't say this in the video, but I kind of came up with this on my own. But like but like sometimes the people that are in the painting at a specific point in time move to the frame. And and sometimes the frame changes. And then it's just and then those people are gone.
They painted over.
Yes. And sometimes the painting completely changes and it shifts and like colors can shift. And sometimes the frame then doesn't match what the painting is.
Oh, I feel like you just got to like a very, I like
Who's
that.
that on TikTok? It's not this people will be like,
Hey, you should be part of the inspirational TikTok account.
yeah.
Follow.
Well, speaking of our last segment, it is time for high schoolers to give advice to anyone. What's general good advice that you guys have for people? Even though you guys have been spitting knowledge and spitting good advice, what is some other advice that you just want to wrap things up with?
Funny advice.
Anything,
Yeah.
really, Kate?
Forgive everybody. You don't have to like you don't have to think that they're the best person. You don't have to like really put them back in your life, but there have been so many people that I've like that they've either like made enemies with me or we've wronged each other or like friendships have fallen apart in like really awful ways over the past 4 years. And being a senior and I have 5 days left of school as of 2:40 today. I now have 5 days left of school. And there have been so many times throughout the past month that I've just been like, why am I mad at them? Why are they mad at me? And there's been so many, like, I've just like randomly called people and been like, hey, I love you and I'm sorry and like whatever. Because I think as people, we hold so much, like, so many grudges and so much anger. And I don't see any value in that. And I think, I don't know, like, if someone's wronged you, you don't have to go out of your way to like say like it's okay because maybe it's not okay, but letting go of that, loving them anyways is I think something that's been really important to me, and I encourage other people to also do the same.
Yeah,
I second that.
I love that. Good advice. Anyone? Advice?
I just say be kind.
Be kind?
It'll get you, I don't know.
Pretty far.
Yeah. Pretty far.
Pretty far. Get you pretty far. Lily?
I'm gonna say do what feels right for you.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're lapping up. Sorry. We're wrapping up our last podcast. Thank you guys for a good year of work. This is our last time we'll be a whole group together. But Lily and Anna will be with us next year, and then we'll have a bunch of new people, and yeah, it'll be just as amazing. We also want to give a huge shout out to Thrivent for always supporting us. Thrivent has had our back since day one here at the podcast. So thank you, Thrivent, for supporting us, and see ya. Thank you for listening.
Bye.